Hey adventurers, this is Mark and welcome to Adventure Pass. Today I wanted to give my final thoughts and my overall review for the new Galaxy's Edge retheming at Disneyland. Had the opportunity to go there this past week and overall thought of everything, um, I loved it. Now, I guess this is going to be a little bit it depends on your, I guess, how big of a Star Wars fan you are. Um, so if you are a truly a huge Star Wars fan and you know a lot of the history of Star Wars and all that, um, I think you're going to really appreciate this changeover, because it does really focus on the original trilogy, right? Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And in regards to the characters, I thought the new characters were fantastic. You had Princess Leia. She was a new character introduced. Han Solo and Darth Vader. Those were the three main new characters introduced in this timeline change. Now, along again, they had the other characters there, and I thought the way they interacted with each other was great. So I had the opportunity to see Han Solo with Chewbacca. I had the opportunity to see Princess Leia with Luke Skywalker. I thought that worked out really, really well. And also Darth Vader. We also had the new stormtroopers. Want to make sure I add that there as well. They were not the first order stormtroopers, they are the new ones. Classic stormtroopers. And um, yeah, I thought the character experience and the interaction was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Um, and I would say the best thing about you know, the characters is that at least last week when I was there, the characters they played their parts super, super well. And I really just love the energy that they brought. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that I noticed, is that all the characters, not just the new characters, but all the characters brought an amazing energy. They were so engaged with guests, very interactive, and I absolutely loved it. Now, the characters are always they're always interactive with the guests, but I just sensed a new level of that, and I think that's because of the new, with the changeover, you could just kind of tell. But I absolutely love the characters. My favorite, of course, was Darth Vader. Again, I was geeking out with all the characters, but Darth Vader was absolutely my favorite. Uh, I thought him with the stormtroopers, they just did such a good job with that. I just want to talk a minute about the merchandise. So I know the merchandise is slowly rolling out, is from what I hear, but they did have a lot of updated merchandise for the original trilogy. So you could see, you can see that sprinkled around the different shops in Galaxy's Edge. Um, I did like that they had the Empire, join the Empire with Darth Vader merchandise, especially like the T-shirt and things like that. A lot of fun. So I love how they kept that in line with the changeover with everything. I think that's fantastic. Um, my favorite thing. Now, characters were amazing, but the thing that really set it apart for me, that put it over the top, it was the music. It was the music. Um, it I think in the video I mentioned multiple times. I just smiled the whole time I was in there. I just had a smile on my face. And it just meant a lot more to me when I heard the music, because the music was coming from the soundtracks that I had grown up with and that I knew. Now, for those of you that didn't grow up with Star Wars in that time, in that time frame, and maybe you learned to love it later on and all that, and that's great too. But there's just different levels there of that. But the music was very surreal, and I absolutely loved it right when I stepped in there. And I think the main thing for me, which really magnified that experience, just hearing that music in being in a Star Wars land. Okay, that's really what it comes down to. It was the combination of the two, and it really hit home. And I thought they chose the right songs, right? The right theme songs from these soundtracks. I think it made a big, at least to me, it made a big impression. So I thought that was they were spot on with that. My overall grade on this new experience in Galaxy's Edge, I give it an A. I love it. It was absolutely fantastic. Um, didn't really see too many inconsistencies. I think um, there was just a gap between Rise of the Resistance and as you walk to the other end of the land, there, probably a couple minute gap where there was no music. And that's perfectly fine. But it was just something that I noticed. Um, but other than that, it was wonderful. I really loved it. Uh, I thought the experience was great. Loved the characters, and the music just set everything over the top. And again, I hope they keep this here for a long while to come. I'm not sure how long. But I kind of love the idea of this and the possibilities of even expanding it even more, adding other characters. You've got such a big timeline here to do all that kind of fun stuff. So it was wonderful. I thought it was great. And I'm excited that Disney decided to update Galaxy's Edge with the original trilogy. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already to the channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button as well. And put in the comments your thoughts on this new rollout of Galaxy's Edge. And if you've been already in this opening week, please put in the comments what's your thought? I'd like to hear from you, what you think about it. Anything that I might have missed. I would appreciate your comments and feedback on this. All right, everyone. Again, thank you, and we will catch you on the next adventure. Have a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.